All right, students, this is number 6 from the test. There was a request to do one of these polynomial long division problems, so I'm going to do number 6. Um, I'm going to move this away from the page so I can write it on a larger surface. So number 6 coming up. All right, with these long division problems, they actually function in terms of how you solve them, very much like any other long division problem you've ever worked with of course a few little odds and ends here that are different. So first, let's put the dividend, which is the big equation or the big expression, 10p cubed plus 85p squared minus 44p plus 9. And that whole expression is divided by p plus 9. All right, and so here's how you solve this. You cover up the plus 9 with your finger, and you're just looking at this p right here, okay? You're looking at this p right here, and you're asking yourself, what would I need to multiply by p to get 10p cubed? All right, so it's really a mental process. P times what equals 10p cubed? Right? If you're not a kind of like mental learner, then just say like P times what equals 10p cubed? Okay, what would I need to put in there? And the answer is 10p squared. See, because p has the power of 1, 10p squared, so it's the way this looks mathematically is you have 10p squared times p to the first power, and that equals 10p to the 2 plus 1 power, which is 10p cubed. Okay, so the question is, back to my question. Forget about that for a second. Back to my question. What do I need to multiply by p to get 10p cubed? And the answer was 10p squared, right? Where do I put that? I put it directly above wherever I see the squared term underneath the division symbol. So I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to put 10p squared. Now, multiply what you just wrote right there, 10p squared by p, and write it right here, and then multiply 10p squared by 9 and write it right here. So first let's do the initial term, 10p squared times p. We've already done that. 10p squared times p equals 10p cubed. So we write 10p cubed. Now I multiply 10p squared times 9. Okay, what you do is you multiply those whole numbers together. 9 times 10 is 90 times p squared. So plus 90p squared. Now remember our little mantra that we say. We say, draw a line, change the signs. Plural, signs plural. Draw a line, change the signs. This is the thing you need to remember to do. So once I get here, I invoke this motto. Draw a line and change the signs. Now here I am using a pen. So let me just do a little movie editing magic and change the signs. Okay. Now stack add. So these terms should both cancel out because you got 10p cubed minus 10p cubed. It goes away. This first term should always disappear. For each level of this, as we go down the levels, The first term should always disappear. Now, what is positive 85p squared minus 90p squared? Well, the negative number is bigger, so I come up with negative 5p squared. Now, mathematical intuition should just be begging you to do something. And the thing that your mind is begging you to do is bring down the next term, because that's what you've been doing in long division. So just bring it down. Negative 44p, put it right here. Right, now you just play the same little game. You cover up the 9 and ask yourself, what would I need to multiply by p to get negative 5p squared? What would I need to multiply by p to get negative 5p squared? Okay, so again, if you're not one of those learners that does it in their head, you've got p, and you need to multiply it by something, okay, to equal negative 5p squared. And so the thing you need to multiply p by is negative 5p, because negative 5p to the first power times p to the first power equals negative 5p to the 1 plus 1 power, which is negative 5p squared. All right, so the thing that's important for each of these is right here. So now I need to put negative 5p above the p. So put minus 5p. And the reason I need the negative 5p up there is because that's the number and letter I needed to multiply by p to get negative 5p squared. Negative 5p times p equals negative 5p squared. So I wrote negative 5p up here. So now you ignore the 10p squared for a second and just take that negative 5p and multiply it through this binomial right here. Binomial is just what this is called. That's a term, binomial. Two terms, bi meaning two, nomial meaning number. Okay, binomial, two terms. So multiply negative 5p through the binomial. Negative 5p times p is negative 5p squared. Negative 5p times 9, again, multiply 9 and negative 5, you get negative 45 times p, negative 45p. Draw a line, change the signs. Stack add, these cancel out. Negative 44p plus 45p equals 1p, which we can just write as p. Now bring down the plus 9 and ask yourself, what do I need to multiply by p to get p? Okay, this one's not so obvious. P times 1 equals p. So this is actually not obvious. I need to multiply, it's one of those things that's so obvious it's actually kind of complicated. P times what equals p? You've got to answer this question. It sounds like, well, that's stupid. No, you got it right. 1. P times 1. So that's the thing I'm going to put up here. Positive 1. Multiply through. 1 times p is p. 1 times 9 is positive 9. Draw a line. Change the signs. Okay, these two cancel, and these two cancel. There's no remainder. So, in other words, the quotient of 10p cubed plus 85p squared minus 44p plus 9 and p plus 9 is this quadratic, 10p squared minus 5p plus 1. Okay, so this is like if this was a hardcore math class, you would need to write this out in English. And there you go.